If you got some bad stinky breath, listen up, because in this video right here, we're going to go over the main causes of bad breath and then what to do to fix it. Welcome to the video. My name is Dr. Daniel Ricciardi. I'm a pharmacist. If you haven't seen any of my videos before or been to my channel, I help clients with a variety of gut health issues and digestive problems. As a quick disclaimer, this video is for informational purposes only and is not meant to diagnose, treat, or replace the recommendations from your practitioner. All right, let's get started. If you have bad breath, chances are you're going to be breathing out one of these things right here, these VSCs, or volatile sulfur compounds. These are all gases, and they're hydrogen sulfide, methyl mercaptan, and dimethyl sulfide. Next thing you should know is that you can get bad breath from two main different causes. One is called intraoral causes. This basically means that the bad breath is originating from the inside of your mouth. And then the second one is extraoral causes, meaning that the bad breath is originating from somewhere that's not your mouth. So this might be your GI tract or your sinuses. Most of the cases of halitosis that people experience come from intraoral causes, or around 85%. This number may actually be a little bit higher. If you have bad breath, this is probably where the issue is stemming from. Whereas extraoral causes, these only account for about 15% of the causes of bad breath. So still definitely worth looking into, but definitely want to focus on this segment first. All right, let's go over the intraoral causes of bad breath. So most common one, poor oral hygiene. This probably goes without saying, but if we're being totally honest, most people don't put as much effort as they should into the basics like brushing and flossing. Having dry mouth, this is a really big one. There's various reasons why you can have dry mouth. I wrote a couple common ones up here, such as medications. As a pharmacist, this is something that actually makes a pretty big deal. Some classes of medications that you can get dry mouth from are antihistamines. This includes stuff like allergy medicines, certain antidepressant medications, especially older ones, some anti-anxiety medications. This isn't a full list of all of them, but just a few to give you an idea. And then mouth breathing is a big reason why dry mouth can happen, especially at night when you're sleeping. Dry mouth is bad because saliva can dry up, and keeping proper amounts of saliva in your mouth is a key way to make sure that there's a proper balance of bacteria in your mouth. Moving on, tongue coating. I started this one as well. I'm talking about tongue coating. I'm talking about if you stick your tongue out the top layer of your tongue. This is a terrific place for bacteria to grow and for putrefied old pieces of food to kind of just sit there and not move. Because of this, this can be a major cause of bad breath. Periodontitis, this is essentially a special type of gum disease. Having gum disease, anything that's going to form some sort of a pocket, bacteria can grow there, and that's a terrific cause for bad breath to begin. Tonsil infections, this is the same sort of thing. Your tonsils, they're in the very back of your throat, and you can get little pockets that can form on this area. So same sort of concept is the periodontitis. Tonsil stones along the lines with tonsil infections. And then I put in dietary habits for this here. So if we're eating certain foods that contain sulfur or are just stinky by nature, like onions or garlic, this can lead to bad breath. Smoking and alcohol also make the list for intraoral causes. So this is by far not a complete list of all the intraoral causes. There's a lot of different dental issues that can come up. Obviously talk to your dentist on this for more info, but this is some of the main intraoral causes of bad breath that you can get. Moving on, extraoral causes. Again, this is stuff that causes bad breath that does not have to do with originating in your mouth. This more so includes respiratory tract issues or gastrointestinal issues. I'll highlight a few. We have H. pylori, we have SIBO or IMO, intestinal methanogen overgrowth. We have candida, we have kidney and liver disease, we have diabetes, and then we have ears, nose, and throat issues such as a sinus infection. H. pylori, if you've looked into it all, they do actually like a breath test to help diagnose it. So there's actually ammonia being exhaled on the H. pylori breath test that helps you diagnose it. So this can smell like a sour type breath or even sulfur type breath. SIBO or IMO, there's even a type of SIBO called hydrogen sulfide SIBO. The sulfide version can make your breath smell bad, but also IMO, if you're having methane, this can also smell bad. Candida I mentioned, so that's a type of fungal overgrowth. This also can produce a pretty nasty tongue coating, where it's like a white or yellowish type tongue coating. This is very common with candida. Kidney and liver disease. Your kidney and liver help you detox. So if you're having kidney or liver disease, your body can attempt to exhale toxins in other ways, such as breath. So this can contribute to bad breath. Halitosis. Diabetes, you can get like a sugary or fruity type smell on your breath, especially if your diabetes is not controlled at all. And then I mentioned a little bit down here some sinus issues like sinus infections, having chronic mucus discharge or chronic post-nasal drip. This can lead to bad breath. Okay, that's it for the 15% or so of people that get bad breath caused by extraoral causes. Now, what to do to fix it? Obviously, the best thing you could possibly do is write down here this root cause resolution, find what issues are actually causing the bad breath, and then go ahead and fix them. So this might be dental causes, this might be gastrointestinal. Do your due diligence, try to figure out what's actually causing it. Otherwise, how to fix, I put brush floss up on here. I felt kind of dumb even writing it because it's so obvious, but make sure you're doing this regularly, especially flossing. Tongue scraping, this is also a huge one. There's actually research that's been done that showed tongue scraping actually works better than mouthwash in trying to prevent bad breath. Definitely tongue scrape. They're very cheap and very good for getting rid of tongue coating. Tongue scraper costs just a few dollars. It's something that I use on a daily basis. Mouthwash, I'm not a dentist, so I'm not going to go into really significant recommendations on mouthwash, if you should use it regularly or not use it regularly. I don't typically use mouthwash ever, but some ones in research studies that showed up to be pretty good at reducing halitosis are a 3% hydrogen peroxide solution here, and then chlorhexidine as well. Chlorhexidine was a pretty common prescription that I used to dispense in the pharmacy. A couple other ones that came up on research a few times, there's a few different types of probiotics like Lactobacillus reuteri and Lactobacillus salivarius. If I had to guess, if you tried pretty much any other probiotic, you'd probably get some sort of decent results with it, but these two did come up on recent reviews for halitosis, and that's essentially it. These are the basics on how to fix halitosis. Like I said before, I'm not a dentist, and there's a lot of other causes that could potentially be leading to bad breath, but if you do this stuff on here, you're gonna have a pretty good start. That is all for the video today. If you've tried anything in the past for bad breath and it's worked well for you, please let us know in the comment section below. If you're looking for more personalized help with gut or digestive issues, shoot me an email at drdanielricciardi@gmail.com. Since you watched to the end of the video, I think you're gonna find one of these two videos here helpful next. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.